the CEO of the African Portal Radio TV International based in South Africa. Further, he is also an author, motivational speaker, model, and businessman. He also studied journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of and member of several organizations advocating for the African state and African development. In the coming show, we will have a guest from South Africa who is both an author and a speaker. The CEO of the African Portal Radio TV International based in South Africa. Further, he is also an author, motivational speaker, model, and businessman. He also studied journalism at the University of Pennsylvania. He is the founder of and member of several organizations advocating for the African state and African development.
We broadcast from Ottawa City, the capital of Canada. Together, we raise the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels. The viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching experience to interact with you. All opinions are welcome, but they are not our views, and we assume no responsibility.
Ready to be inspired by the amazing stories of best-selling authors and filmmakers? Afromedia offers an engaging media platform so you can begin your journey today. Explore our website now and let yourself be moved by the incredible tales of these incredible creatives.
All right, thank you very much, everyone joining us. I really appreciate every one of you connecting to this broadcast right here, right now, and it's going to be a great one of our very own in the studio. Alan Riba is with us in the studio from here in South Africa, and we are live and direct on Afromedia Canada in Canada and also on the African Portal Radio TV here in Pretoria in South Africa. It's a great time for Africa, and it's time for Africa to get it right. And one of the great things that I love about Africa is that we have a talented and we have a knowledgeable people in South Africa, in West Africa, in East Africa, in northern part of Africa, and the Central Africa. So Africa is blessed. You know, we are going to change the narrative of what they call Africa. And we are going to prove to the world that Africa, we have what it takes to achieve our goals and our aim. And today we'll be talking about the organic, why the organic food is important, and why is it that people are migrating from just eating the junk food to organic. And I have with me the experience and the knowledgeable person. Alan Riba is connecting with us. He's the CEO of Organic Cut here in South Africa. Organic Cut is a product and is a company that is trending in South Africa and is ready to go global. So join me as I welcome extraordinary Alan Riba, all the way from South Africa, born South Africa, originally from Malawi. He's with us in the studio. Alan, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio. How are you today?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
We're doing very well.
It gives me great honor to be here and to share my knowledge and to expand some great insight on organics. So I'm very pleased to be sharing the world of organic farming and organic agriculture. Thank you. As I want to start, I would like to just say, great is his faithfulness. That is our motto. We go and we walk by faith. Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Great is its faithfulness. And that is a very lovely one. All right, let's start this way. Let me take you to line of history. Kindly introduce yourself, the personality, and who you are to the people listening to us around the globe. They want to know you more, and they want to know why and how do you come across this great idea.
Well, Well, Alan Reba is a Malawian born but South African citizen. I share dual citizenship. My father is from Malawi and my mother is from South Africa. Was raised in the UK and then moved back to South Africa, where my mother is. So matured in South Africa, raised in Malawi, and I've been honored and privileged to get the experience and the know-how of how the world is changing. In terms of my expertise, I'm a qualified restaurateur, I'm a qualified chef. I've been in the business for almost 15 years now. Have worked hard to climb the ladder where I am. And then suddenly I discovered that I had a passion for agriculture. After my business had taken a turn during the COVID period, we experienced a downfall in business activities. So then we decided, what can we do best? So we decided to purchase a piece of land and start farming, urban farming, because we are situated in the east of Pretoria, which is growing into an urban hub where we will have an influx of people coming in. We said, what can we do instead of folding our arms, instead of not coming up with innovative ideas? How can we now expand and grow our ambitions in terms of farming? So we then decided to look into organics. When we started looking into organics, I personally took it upon myself to do some research on organics and why is it becoming such a popular and fast-growing product. We had to find the solution to the health matters of us as human beings. We had to find a solution of the environmental impact that organic has on the environment. We had to find the health matters, the benefits of the health matters of organic foods. We had to find the fairness of how agriculture is being conducted all over the world. And also, one of the key elements is the care of the ecosystem. It's environmentally friendly. We looked at the environmental aspects of organic farming, that it is an ecology, that food is a natural benefit to the human being. It's a natural benefit to the animals and all planet's living beings. So organic is basically what I researched. When I researched organic, I realized there's a gap here. We are living in a fast-paced world. How do I then come into the space of farming, not farming for the benefit of an income and make a lot of money, but how can we also preserve the environment, preserve human beings by eating and also by looking after the environment, eating healthy, what is the key element? And then I realized it's organics. Organics, the organic agriculture, which which is an approach that advocates healthy products free from components that are harmful to humans and to nature. So, what are harmful elements or components to humans and nature? We realize that the industrial pesticides, industrial uh, insecticides, basically, fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, clones, and GMOs, and also these are the things which are being used currently in the world to increase and boost the growth of vegetables and crops, and to increase and boost the growth of animals, and it affects the environment as well. So I realized this is not healthy. Let us look at a solution which will provide environmental benefits as well as human benefits. So then we started organic cuts. We realized that the growing of vegetables and the rearing of animals should be a natural inhabitant. This should grow ecologically. The ecologics meaning more and more people have been embracing the ideas of organic farming. Why embracing it? Because now they are very concerned with the health and the environmental care issues, which are also stressing and influencing their gastronomical experience. Gastronomical experience is also eating healthy products which will prolong your lifespan, and also to look at the way the environment is being affected, because we realize that the nature and the formation of our resources are a natural element which do not need GMOs, which are genetically modified organs, which are very harmful, which can cause a shorter lifespan, which can cause the ecology of the world itself to deplete at fast rates. So we realized, let us come up with a product, a solution, so that we may solve the problem of global warming, of deforestation, of prolonging lives which are depleting at a very fast rate because of the way we eat. We realize that food matters. Safe food matters. Eating healthy food matters. We realize that food is medicine. Most of the food we consume naturally have a high rate of nutrients. The nutritional values are high. Hence, organic
All right,
farming.
Alan, let's Thank you, Alan. Let's do it this way. I need to take you in a journey of which where we are going to be breaking it down bit by bit. I really appreciate every one of you connecting to this broadcast right here, right now, and I hope we are laying a very good foundation. This is going to be an interesting conversation. Your life is very important, but what you consume, the food you put in your tummy, determine how long you stay here. And when we shine away from organic food, I tell you, we are reducing our lifespan. Our forefathers, during their own time, they cook in one day. There is no refrigerator. They don't keep anything in the fridge. They go to the farm. They plant everything from the farm. They bring it back to the house. They cook it. They heat it. They finish it. Tomorrow they are going for another one. And they live so long. We have our forefathers. We have so many of them that live up to 100, 120, 130. But we're living in a generation whereby a 23 years old child is having diabetes. You know, it is very alarming and is very worrisome when you can see that in a generation we are in now, 25 years old is having high blood pressure. You see, all these things is increasing in our society, and the future of our incoming generation is at stake. And if we are not addressing this now, it will be a very great challenge for us. And slowly but surely, you can see that the raw organic food is disappearing in our space. So that is why this conversation is very, very important, because we are taking you from normal way of eating to let you see the importance of eating organic, eating from the ground. Plant it without putting any chemical, without taking it to any process. Plant it, eat it, and finish it. That will give you and it will help you. You will live a healthy life. And that is what this program is all about. And I have with me Alan River, all the way from South Africa and Malawi. He's a Malawian and he's also a South African. So we are going to be having this conversation talking about what can we do? How can you also be part of this campaign by having access to organic food? All right, Alariba, I can see organic cut, and it has been a very interesting one. Let's talk about your organization, Organic Cut. What are you guys doing? And what is your product? How do you manufacture your product?
Well, yes, thank you for that insight. A very, very important element you mentioned. Before I tap into the organic cats methodology and the way we farm, I just like to emphasize on two elements you mentioned there, which really are so important. Yes, organic foods, they improve the quality of the food. The fewer of its components of organic cuts, the components of the food, the nutrient components is of great value. This will prolong your life, like you rightfully said. And so the additional methods also will enrich the fact that the organic processing is a fair process. It's a ecological process of nature. So organic carts, our farming methods are very conventional, very simple. We go back to the old style of farming. We farm on the soil, which we enrich the soil with manure, with compost manure, which is very nutritious. We do a lot of crop rotation. The use of water is very minimal, which is also helpful. It also the methods of our organic process is a natural process. The elements which are required are very authentic. As we travel back to our forefathers who used to grow organically, so we've decided to take that back and bring it to our existing moment, because we realized that the methods which are being used right now are very harmful, not only to human beings, but to the environment as well, plus to the laborers who are on the farms. This process of organic farming is one which is going to be phenomenal. Why phenomenal? Because people would like to live longer, live healthier. Yes, we might say organic processing is a bit expensive. It is expensive because it's slow. The process is a natural process. We grow our crop as it's supposed to grow naturally. So it gives out its true value, its true nutritional value. Hence, it then prolongs and revitalizes your body to give you strength, energy, and to give you the feel of that you are eating a product which is straight from your garden with a natural process. So when we looked at that, we said organic cuts should be one of our leading companies. We established it for the mere fact that we would like our customers to have the freshest experience, the natural growth of a crop, the natural rearing of an animal in its own habitat, in its own medium, which grows without being interfered with. So that's why we established organic cuts. We established it to make sure that the content and the levels of chemical use is minimal. Actually, it's inexistent. We use, like I mentioned earlier, we prepare our own compost where we use vegetable waste, we use natural elements to enrich the soil. We use methods like crop rotation to obviously give a different variation of the soil. So the feeling behind organic cuts is to create awareness, is to solve a problem which is now growing at a very, very vast rate in the world today, to realize and to educate our clients that live a progressive and healthy life, you must then be able to realize that organic food is the most sufficient, the most effective way to prolong your life. Yes, some might argue we live in a economical era where we look at food which needs to be boosted, organs which need to be cloned, and that, yes, we can have that, but do they understand what goes into that process? Do they understand the chemicals and the byproducts of that process? It's very harmful, very, very harmful. So we want to advocate good lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, let things grow naturally. The value proposition of the product is worthwhile. It is true to say that, you know, when we talk about the fundamentals based on the striking relationship between man and nature, it has to be combined. And we can't do this through GMOs, genetically modified organs. We can't do this through hormones, growth hormones. We can't do that through genetically makeups to make a quick buck. No. Let our process be slow, but be worth.
Let's break it. Let's break it down. I want to break it into pieces so that our followers and our listeners, they will be able to get the message clearly, and they will also have the clear understanding of what we are about to do here. You see, one of the things that we believe that is happening in our generation now is that some people believe that the organic food is kind of very expensive. It's not something that is affordable, and it's not something that is kind of easy. Like if you go to many stores now, you realize that organic food is not being promoted by people so much. People just buy whatever that's available. This is okay, let's just buy it. But you have developed an idea that let us know now that organic food is possible. In your whole space, in your own house, in your yard, you can plant your own mealy meals, you can plant your own vegetable, you can plant your own tomatoes, you can plant your own anything that can grow from the background, especially here in Africa where we are blessed. I remember we have opportunity to walk around the area a few months ago, and we realized that in a place where people don't even expect it. And you can imagine, these people plant mealy meals, they plant tomatoes, and it's germinating. I mean, that is Africa for you. The land is blessed. Our soil is cool. You can put anything on our ground and it will germinate. So what we are promoting here is that eat organic food. Even though you eat anyhow, but try to plant organic food. You can do that in your own little space. As a matter of fact, some people doing it as well in their sitting room. In the little space in your sitting room, you just get all your soil in place. You can plant your tomatoes. You can plant your onions. Your tomatoes and some other things that you can easily go there, get them, and use it for yourself. And that is what we are promoting on this program this hour. And Alan Riba already do a great job, a great research, and organic cuts is on the spotlight on this program right here. This is the products that we are introducing to everyone around the world. You know, you can call Alan River for more information about it and how you can get the product. But to everyone living in Pretoria, East South Africa, congratulations to you, because we have got the solution to the problem of the organic. Alan River have a big farm where he plants real raw organic product. No process, no nothing, from ground to your door, from ground to your doorstep. And Alan, I just want us to mention a few products that you already have in your farm now that you can supply to anyone or any house for consumption?
Yes, we do have a range of organic crops which we are currently growing. This concept was formed for the desire for delicious food, sustainable food with freshness. So we realized what crops are readily available and what can really attract the market. When we looked at it, we looked at our leafy greens. Leafy greens have 3 or 4 types of dimensions. You have your lettuce. We have lettuce. We grow organic lettuce. We grow organic rocket, which is a leafy green, a rocket leaf. We also grow organic spinach, very, very nutritious, very, very healthy. We are also in the process of growing organic cabbage, very healthy as well. So we're looking at our leafy greens most of the time. We grow a lot of herbs such as thyme, rosemary. We're looking at now growing organic basil. These are herbs which add flavor, which add nutrients to your dishes. We also currently we grow carrots. We grow onions. We do it seasonally. Crops, we grow different crops at different seasons. That's hence why we also look at crop rotation. Very, very important. We grow it under a greenhouse tunnel, which also reduces our pests. It protects us from the elements of the weather naturally, but in a greenhouse, it's more protected. But we grow it organically. Our water resources in the process of growing are minimal. We realized when we started, we did a research. I personally went out and did a feasibility study on organics. You mentioned earlier that people are asking why organics. I went to one of our food stores, which is Woolworths, which is highly known for selling organic products. I went there and I approached Woolworths management and I asked them why organics, and they came back with information, data, and told me more and more people are looking at organics because they have realized that it is not harmful. It provides nutrients and it is taking care of the environment. That's why people are now health conscious and environmental conscious. So we realized, let us grow crops which add and are basically used on a regular basis on the market. And the crops I mentioned to you right now are basically used on a daily basis on the market. So that was our niche, to discover a niche in the market, to discover what crops we need to grow, because that then will establish a consistent supply of that crop, which obviously we have to be able to supply and distribute in large quantities. which we are doing. We have to be able to be sustainable. So we have a crop rotation system, which we seasonally supply our chosen suppliers. And we then decided to expand on our crop and then introduce fruits as well. So currently we're growing pineapples. We're looking at growing oranges organically as well to obviously spread the growth of organics. We grow organic avocados, which are healthy on their own, but they now are healthier if they're grown organically instead of being modified. So the aim is to make sure that we are sustainable. And we also have a system, we are also in the e-commerce sector where we have our online system of distribution. We are a door-to-door delivery service. We have a online store setup, which people can order online. We also have our processing department where we process our vegetables, the organic vegetables, where we can chop them, where we can process them for the client, where they don't need to get home and start peeling. So we added that to our business module. So that's where we are at the moment. We feel that organic food is a important aspect of your daily lives. It really does.
All right, Alan. Thank you very much, Alan. I really appreciate it. And I thank my team in the studio. Thank you for displaying all this. I really appreciate it. Like I told you earlier on, organic cat is country natural fresh, a vegetable product. And we have a lot of products that is going to help you to live a good life. You know, health is wealth. A lot of people are running around these days, they want to make money, but you cannot make money when your health is at stake. So for you to be able to succeed in life, you need a good health. And for you to have a good health, you need to eat a good food. And that is why organic food is one of the things that I believe that when you are having it, it will help you. It will help your growth, and it will also help your system. So, and we have an expert that is already embarked on that journey and making sure this going viral. We have an organization called Organic Cat, whereby it plants from the ground. And this idea came from this last COVID-19. So if you are complaining about COVID-19 and you hang on there, you keep on complaining, that won't help. You know, Helen Riba already think out of the box right now and bring the solution to the problem of the organic products. And it's making it easy by bringing it closer to you, of which you don't need to travel so long. Helen River can be contacted, which is the CEO of the Organic Cat. You can be contacted at any time, and they are ready to deliver the product into your doorstep. And one of the good things about this is that organic food will give you good health, good look, and at the same time, you will live long. Many people die at the age of 60 today, the age of 55, age of 65, age of 70. And people believe that at least 70 is still live long. There is nothing like that. We are supposed to live above 100. But the kind of food that we are eating in this generation puts our life span in a very short space. So that, a lot of people develop many diseases. COVID-19 already exposed many things. Many people die during the COVID because of their health status. Some people have underlying sickness. And when you have the underlying sickness, your immune system will not be able to fight back. So you need to have a food that will help that will boost your immune system. When you have a good immune system, there is no way, no matter the disease that comes to your body, your immune system will be able to fight back. But when you are just eating the processed food, the food that have stayed almost 10 days in the fridge, eating the chicken that was developed in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 weeks old. I remember when we are growing up, our chicken, we only kill chicken after 5 years. And it will be so strong, not the kind of chicken we are eating now, that it's as if that we are eating foam. Because these chickens, they have been processed. Imagine we are eating chicken of 3 months, 1 week, 3 weeks old. And all this thing is causing damage to our system and reducing our lifespan. So we want to take you to a journey whereby you eat organic and you live long. You live long, especially the current generation. A lot of us today, we consume so much sugar, which has not had any value to our body. And that is why I said earlier on, we see 23 years, 24 years, 25 years old child having diabetes. It's too early to have such. And anybody with that kind of sickness, diabetes, if any other sickness like COVID-19 gets to that person, it's going to be killed immediately. So we are introducing you to a system that will give you a long life. Many of us believe that this is not possible because it's too expensive. And I'll break it down for you step by step that it's not expensive, it's not difficult, especially if you are living in Africa. Africa is blessed with, we have good weather, we have good soil, and we have good season. So you can as well, during the rainy season, you can plant anything in your backyard and they will grow up and you can go there, take your vegetable, your garbage, all this kind of a thing, you can plant it in your own little space. Let's practice an ecosystem that will help our environment and also help our livestock. And I really hope River coming out to be part of this conversation. A lot of people are joining this conversation right now, and a lot of people are believing in what we are saying. River, before I put you on the spotlight, let's quickly hear from the studio. Let's connect back to the studio in Canada. Let's hear what the people in the studio have for us. Up to you in the studio.
Marketing advertisements with Afromedia, the best choice. You can count on Afromedia for your commercials. In international languages, Afromedia broadcasts. There are a number of platforms available through Afromedia Canadian network, such as the radio and social media. Afromedia for your outstanding performance. English, Arabic, and French advertisements for your business. Mastery is created together.
أفروميديا للدعايات العامة، أفروميديا للإعلانات التجارية، أفروميديا باللغات الدولية، شبكة أفروميديا الكندية، الإذاعة والميديا الاجتماعية. أفروميديا من أجلكم، أفروميديا من أجل تميزكم في أدائكم باللغات العربية والفرنسية والإنجليزية. معا نصنع التفوق والتميز.
Publicité marketing avec Afromedia, le meilleur choix. Vous pouvez compter sur Afromedia pour vos publicités. En langues internationales, Afromedia diffuse. Il existe un certain nombre de plateformes disponibles par l'entremise d'Afromedia Canadian Network, comme la radio et les médias sociaux. Afromedia pour votre performance exceptionnelle. Publicité en anglais, arabe et français pour votre entreprise. La maîtrise est créée ensemble.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. Join us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for the pleasure of your time. We are live and direct right here, right now. And I want to sincerely thank everyone joining us. And I want to say thank you to everyone in our studio in Canada. And thanks to everyone in our studio here in Pretoria, South Africa. We are having a great conversation with Alariba, is the CEO of Organic Cat. And you can see the picture on the screen right now. There's a fruit salad carbs. There's a chakalaka salad, and they have so much. They have a pasta salad as well, and they have the product that will help you. So don't waste your time eating anyhow. Just make sure that you eat something that will have a long life and make your lifespan live long, make you live long. And at the same time, we're living in a generation where sugars are so much. So this generation, we are encouraging you, reduce the sugar that you are consuming, have less of sugar, and try to take, instead of taking things that will produce so much sugar into your body, take things that will actually help you. Take herb. Africa also have herb. It's part of this blessing that we have from God. We have our own raw things that we can use for our home medication. And everybody, let's quickly talk about our forefathers, the kind of life they live, and the kind of a system they have. You are coming from Malawi, where you have a very good experience in this. Tell us a bit about what you know about this, especially in the environment where you grew up from.
Yes, it generally speaks of subsistence organic farming, where we, as a generation, we had to learn from our forefathers their methods of farming, because it's in a country like Malawi, where food security is of major importance, we need the nutrients naturally from that agricultural process. So subsistence farming, like you mentioned earlier, that it's very key, where subsistence farming is like you can grow maize in your own backyard, tomatoes in your own backyard, spinach, lettuce, onions, tomatoes in your own backyard to sustain your family. But now remember this as well. You're growing this organically without using any fertilizer, chemical fertilizers, without using any pesticides, without using any insecticides. You're growing naturally. So in our forefathers' generation, they knew that the resources of the world are from the ground and the air. They knew that this is what we are dependent on. There was no such thing as GMOs, genetically modified organs. There was no such thing. There was no such thing as cloning. They grew crops naturally in its own natural habitat so that they would live and eat and be sustainable with what the land has given them, using their resources, using the natural resources. And the key element here was to make sure that that resource is carried on from generation to generation. So subsistence farming in the ages was very critical. It was a source of food. It was a source of how to rear animals naturally. That is why their lives were prolonged. That is why we could see our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers live to the age of 100, 95. It makes a lot of sense, and it shows you that they had methods and agriculture which was sustainable, and they used the resources in a sustainable way so that it could carry on from their generation to our generation. So it is up to us now to make sure that we withhold and produce what they have done. Because if we don't, in the near future, we will have our earth depleted, because the ecological system is going to be reduced through our harmful practices. So, as you mentioned, our forefathers had the most authentic, most effective, most nutritious way of growing crops and rearing animals. As you would say, let me just complete this one. As many people would say, but we're living in a fast-paced world. We're living in a different time. Yes, but time always tells. And there is history. Our history can be reignited. It's revolving. So what our forefathers did can also be reintroduced in this modern day to sustain ourselves. Yes, that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you very much, Ale Riba, for that. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate. So let's look at the journey. Where do you see yourself in the next coming 5 years in this? Where do you see organic cats in the next 5 years?
Our vision and our strategy is to be sustainable. We see ourselves as a key player in the organic space. We see ourselves as an innovator. We see ourselves as a health guru to make sure that we position ourselves to a place where we can start distributing nationally. We start growing organic products in big and large quantities to supply the needy, to supply the needy, and to supply the masses who are really suffering in terms of health. The health issues currently in this world are very concerning. You talked about eating and drinking sugary items which are harmful. You talked about chemically modified foods which cause cancer. So our aim in the next 5 years, as we project ourselves, is to become a leading company which advocates health living, which gives people and our client and our customer and the environment the most effective methods
All right, everyone joining us, we really appreciate it. Sorry for the cutting in transmission. I really appreciate those of you sharing it. Thank you very much. We are having challenge with the network from Allen there, but I really appreciate every one of you that you are connected to this conversation. It's all about living a good life, having a good food, and at the same time, hit the raw food, that is organic food. And that will help us and it will help our generation. Reduce the sugar you are consuming because it's not had any value to your life. It cuts your lifespan. And at the same time, I want you to know that if you are eating from the ground, it had a lot of value to you and it have a lot of value to your health. I said it earlier on, health is wealth. As you are running around to make wealth, also, let's eat good food. Eat raw material, raw organic food, and it will help you. And I have an expert in the house telling us about it. Alariba, a lot of people will be listening to us. They would like to know how they can get in connection with you. Kindly give them your contact and how people can be able to locate you before we say goodbye on this program.
Thank you very much. I would like to say once again, thank you for the opportunity. It's been great sharing my insight. It's been great advertising and putting our business out there. We appreciate the opportunity. We hope to inspire. We hope to bring lots of health to our fellow customers. We hope to also not impact the environment in our approach to the right methods of farming. Yes, my contact details, you can contact me on our online store. It's www.organiccats.co.za. That is on all media platforms, from Facebook to Instagram, and also obviously we are now looking at getting ourselves onto our TikTok channels. We're also looking at obviously getting our platform onto various media houses like yourselves, your renowned media house. We appreciate that. And also you can contact me on my personal and Organic Cats email address. It's alanreba@icloud.com. My contact details as well will be displayed on the webcam after our interesting topic tonight. So those are the different platforms you can get me on. My cell phone number, you can call me directly. I am readily available to assist where I can. My contact numbers are 081 405 7162. Organic Cats, country, nature, fresh. This has been an insight. We appreciate to share what we can, and we're looking at expanding, we're looking at growing, we're looking at solving the problem. Solving the problem is finding a solution to good, healthy living. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Alariba. We just have 1 minute to step out of this program. I really appreciate everyone connecting to us, no matter where you are. I greet you according to your time zone, and I greet you according to your language. In Canada, I greet you. I greet every one of you. Thank you very much. Keep watching it. This is Africa on Camera, coming to you from the African Portal Radio TV International and also Afro Media Canada. And it's been a pleasure having Mr. Alariba all the way from Malawi and South Africa on the spotlight this hour. Remember, Africa is our business. We put Africa on the spotlight to tell their story. No matter how it is, Africa remain Africa. Eat Africa, dress Africa, eat Africa, dress Africa, and wear Africa. Every time, let's promote our own products. Let Africa be a product continent, not a consuming continent. Let's produce what we eat, and let's produce what we wear. Enough, you see what I'm putting on? Enough of Western ideology in Africa. We don't want it anymore. Africa, we need to arise and promote ourselves. When we love ourselves, our continent will be a better place to live. It's in our hands now, and we need to do it well. Nelson Mandela say, it's now in our hand. It's in our hand to make this continent a great continent. Let's change the narrative. Let's change the wrong story that have been told about us. Africa is a great continent. We have what it takes to remain the great continent. God bless every one of you. This is Afro Media Canada, Africa on Camera. God bless you. My name is Dari OLUSAN. I will see you again next week, same time on the same channel. Thank you very much in the studio. Thank you, Mr. Alan Reba. I really appreciate it. Keep checking it out. Go to the website www.organiccats.co.za. And if you want to speak to me, you can call me on +277033584. And at the same time, our website is www.theafricanportal.co.za. It is a pleasure having every one of you on board. Thank you very much. I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
Thank you for having us. Goodbye.
We broadcast from Ottawa City, the capital of Canada. Together, we raise the bar and expand our reach. Through Afromedia radio and social media channels. The viewpoint here transcends the narrow constraints of traditional media. In the human story, we take sides. Leading personalities are interviewed. We conduct professional reviews and reports. The original content we produce is created and presented by international journalists. You can only watch Canadian Afromedia channels. It was and still is a very enriching